Thank you everybody for joining this Emerald training today. I'm going to be just talking to you guys about my tips and tricks that I've used to manage my time. I don't know about you guys, but I am like complete ADD person. If I see a squirrel, I'll be running after it, or shiny object syndrome. For me, the more I have detailed throughout my schedule, the better I am able to stick to it. When I work from home, it's kind of hard because you get distracted and things. So, never judge somebody's situation by what you think is happening, because it's not always good all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to share this little presentation that I did on time management in your business. So first things first, I heard this quote a couple months ago, maybe even over a year ago, I don't remember, but I love it. And it says, being overwhelmed is a choice. When I heard that, it kind of hit me hard, because I was, always thinking that I have all this stuff to get done, and then just feeling overwhelmed, and always thinking and stressing that and telling myself that I'm overwhelmed. But once you make the decision to stop and tell yourself that you were no longer overwhelmed, you are going to just, take charge of your day. Instead of having your day own you, you are going to be able to own your day. You need to change your mindset to change your life. And once you stop focusing on the negative and start focusing on the positive and what you can control, then the time management will start to come easily for you. So here are just some steps and things that I do throughout to help me create my schedule, to make sure that I stay on task, to get things done. Now, remember that it always doesn't go as planned, so sometimes you just have to roll with the punches. But if you have already decided that you're not going to be overwhelmed, and that you know that you're not going to get everything done in a day, and you're probably always going to feel like there's something else that needs to be done. I've been a coach now for 4.5 years, and that's how I do feel that way, but I've learned to control that feeling a little bit more, so that I'm not always focused on, oh my God, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. I need to message these people back. I need to be doing this, this, and this. I've been able to focus that energy somewhere else. So here are just some tips that I recommend you doing. So for 3 to 5 days, what I would recommend you doing is grabbing a notebook and just writing down every single hour what you're doing. Write down, maybe you could even do it in 30-minute time chunks, but just, decide that you're going to do this for 3 to 5 days. This way you can see what you're doing all day long. And I know what you're going to say, that's going to take too much time, but honestly, it's going to save you a lot of time, because you're going to find where you're wasting your time. You're going to see the unnecessary things that you're doing that you can cut out of your day. When you do that. So just take a journal, jot down every single hour what you did. Don't stress about it. Just write it down, so that at the end of the day, you can look and say, you know what, I was scrolling on Facebook for 20 minutes there. I probably could have done something different with my time. At least that's what usually comes up for me, or searching different people to see what they're doing. That could really get me in a time suck, or YouTube videos, just see where you can, release some of that time and give you some extra time throughout your day. So taking control of your day. After you do that for 3 to 5 days, and you can see what you can cut out of your schedule, I suggest doing a brain dump of all your daily responsibilities. I totally understand that it's going to be different from day to day, but just do the generalized responsibilities that you have. Cooking breakfast, making lunch, getting your kids up, getting ready yourself, doing your workouts, your vital behaviors, your power hour. Just take a sheet of paper and brain dump everything that you need to do on a day-to-day basis. Driving to work, picking the kids up from school, whatever it may be. After you do that, I want you to brain dump all of the roles that you play in your life right now. So that could be wife, mother, father, because I know there's some guys on here. It could be spouse. It could be, employee. It could be a student. There's just so many different roles that we play in our life. Of friends. It could be, you are a daughter, or, just everything. Just brain dump them all. and get them out on a sheet of paper. And I highly suggest doing this on a sheet of paper and not on your, like on a computer or in your phone or anything like that, because it's just something when you take, pen to paper that it just connects to your brain a lot better and you're able to do that. And if this takes you a couple days to do, that's fine too. Maybe you are doing this over those 3 to 5 days that you are figuring out where you're wasting your time. So after you do that, I want you to start thinking about the main priorities in your life and brain dump those out on a sheet of paper. What is your priority right now? Is your priority to get this business up and running and going as fast as you can because that you want to quit your job? Or is your priority right now to be the best mom you can be and be there for your kids? Is your, just dump all of your priorities in your life right now. Maybe it's paying off some credit card debt. I mean, it could range a wide range of different priorities. So after you are done doing all of that brain dump, what you can do to, before you create your daily schedule is choose your top 3 priorities. I do not suggest choosing more than 3 priorities, maybe 4. But what are your priorities in your life right now? After that, I want you to choose your top 3 to 4 roles in your life. And then I want you to write those down. So I want you to write down your top 3 priorities, the top 3 or 4 roles that you play in your life. So for instance, for me, my top roles are I am a mother, I am a wife, and I am a Beachbody coach. And then I am also a business partner to my husband. So those are my four roles that are my top priorities also. And what I make sure and I do is I tell the people in my life that these are my priorities. And when I have to say no to something, because that's something you're going to have to get used to, is saying no to people, making sacrifices, that they know that because my top priorities, I'm putting those first before I say yes to something else. Now, I don't say, no to everything. I don't like, obviously I go see my family and my friends and stuff, but I get asked to do a lot of stuff. And a lot of times I have to say no, and people give me grief about it, but it's just not my priority right now. My priorities are those top 4 roles that I have. After you do that, it's going to become a lot easier to create your daily schedule. So I'm going to give you an example of my daily schedule. So you have written down everything you need to do throughout a normal day. You have clarified what your top priorities are, what roles you are going to be focusing on, the rest of those roles. It's not like you're going to be a bad friend because you decide that that's not one of your top priorities. It just means that it's not a priority right now. And, later on, then maybe that will be a priority. So I just wanted you guys to realize that. So I did an example day of what my daily schedule kind of looks like. And so I'm just going to run through that for you guys. And I'm not going to talk a lot about waking up early because Jamie did an awesome job on our call last night about that. And it's something that I haven't been doing. So I did start today at 5:30. I normally wake up at 6:30. And to be honest with you, I got what I normally would get done by 9:30 by 7:30. So I saved 2 hours of time by just waking up an hour early. So my perfect wake up time would be 5 a.m. So I would get up at 5 a.m. I do not grab my phone. I do not just check my email, nothing. 5 a.m. I get up, I journal and do personal development. From 6 to 6:30, I will work out. Now, pretty much from 5 to 6:30, I can switch those things around, but I generally know that's what I'm going to be doing during that time. And I stay off of my phone during that time also. That is something that will save your day and help you to be more productive, is just keep that phone down for at least 30 minutes after you wake up. So after that, 6:30 to 7:30 is the kids are I'm getting the kids breakfast, making their lunches, and I'm getting them out the door. I normally don't take my kids to school. My husband does. So from 6:30 to 7:30, that's what I'm doing. My focus is on them and getting them out the door. After that, from 7:30 to 8:30, that's my time to shower, listen to personal development. I'm constantly listening to personal development. So I, get that in while I'm getting ready. I, for a long time, wasn't getting ready in the morning because I work from home for both of my jobs. So I thought, oh, whatever, I just won't do it. But I don't feel good. So getting up and getting ready is something that will definitely make your day better. If that means putting on a little makeup or doing your hair, normally that will help a person to feel more productive throughout the day. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. After that, I will sit down, and I will say right now I'm doing intermittent fasting, so that's why you don't see my breakfast yet. But from 8:30 to 9, I will sit down and I will do a brain dump of all of the things that I need to do. If I did not do this the night before, which that's coming, but I'll do a brain dump of all the things I need to do, and I'll pick 3 things that I need to get done that day, no matter what. And then I can fit those 3 things into my schedule. I normally don't pick more than 3. Sometimes I only pick 1 or 2 because it's too much on a person to pick, like have a huge long to-do list and pick things off of there to do throughout the day. You'll definitely overwhelm yourself. So I'll pick 3 things in that, and then I'll put that brain dump away. And then I kind of schedule out my day a little bit. So my day is a little bit more flexible than other people's. And so some of this gets moved around, but this is a basic day for me. From 9 to 9:30, I check in with my groups. I check in with my team. I'll just make my posts throughout the day. And just go and comment and check in with people. After that, from 9:30 to 10:30, that is my power hour. That is the best time for me to be focused and working with a clear head. So I will shut off everything. I'll even put my phone on airplane mode. I'll text my husband and say, my phone's going on airplane mode. I'm focused on my power hour right now. And I get that done. I focus on new invites first, and then I go into follow-ups after that. But I do not check any of my notifications during that time, especially since I had already checked into my groups. I'm sure that they'll be going off. So I wait until later to do that. From 10:30 to 11, that's when I work on my husband's company. If there's something I need to do for that, that's the time for that. If not, then that's usually time I will make my videos or do something like that. That's kind of a flexible time. 11 o'clock is when I have been eating breakfast. So I will be making my breakfast, listening to my personal development. And then usually it doesn't take me an hour to do that. So it just kind of gives me a little bit of flexibility in my schedule to do something else, have a phone call with somebody, or just catch up on things I need to catch up on. From 12 to 1 is always my time to do our work for our other business. And then from 1 to 2, it just depends. Either I'm doing a call for you guys. That's why this time is great for me, because I can squeeze that time in, or I'll do another power hour. When I first started my business, I wasn't doing 2 power hours a day. But now that I'm doing this pretty much full time, I can do that. So I'll do my power hours, I'll do my follow-ups, and just respond to people and get that done, check back into my groups, And then after that, 2 to 3 o'clock, I kind of leave free for myself to go run errands, do something for myself, get some more work done if I'm on a roll with working, maybe do some housework, just anything I need to do before I go pick up my kids. And then from 3 to 4 is usually when I am picking up my kids. And this is the time that I unplug. And this is the time that I am there for my kids, and I'm not really answering messages or anything like that. From 4 to 6 is family time and dinner time. Now, there are days where I do answer, emails or things in between the 3 to 6 range. It just depends what we're doing. But I'm trying to make it a priority to stay unplugged and be with my kids. But if they're doing their homework and we're all sitting at the table, then I can be doing some work too while they're doing that. But I do have a 2-year-old, so that does get crazy too. So after that, from 6 to 7 are team calls and check-in with my groups. I used to tell my family that my calls were only 30 minutes, and then that I would be back in 30 minutes. Well, now, I probably should have redone this on the slideshow, but it's more like 5:45 to 7, because I like to just come in, like decompress a little bit and get ready for the call, check in with my people, and then do the call. And after the call, I usually am uploading the video, or, usually there's a lot of comments going on after call. Everyone's excited and they want to talk. So this is the time that I use to get that done before walking out and having my phone be blowing up while I'm walking out. My kids are wanting to see me. I just take the time that I have when I'm already in a different room, and I just get it done. I get, that my end of the day check-ins done at that time too. And then I'm able to walk out and unplug again and be with my kids, get them ready for bed, bath time, and all that fun stuff. After my kids go to bed, what I do and what I suggest everybody doing is creating an I did list for the day. Sitting down, and that can be in your phone or you can journal it, whatever works for you. But write down the things that you did do, because that's going to make you feel better about your day, and it's going to make you feel like you actually did something. Because if you're running around with a chicken with your head cut off all day long with no structure, you know, you probably did get some things done, but in your head you're thinking, well, I didn't do this, this, and this. So you are not feeling like you are actually being productive throughout the day. And then if I feel like I do start to feel that overwhelmed feeling, I will brain dump all of the things I need to get done for the next day or the next couple days. And then I will unplug after that, spend time with my husband, watch TV, do whatever. You know, sometimes that does mean that we're working from 8:30 to 10, because we do run 2 businesses out of our house and it's a priority for us. So even if that means we're sitting down at our desk together working, then that's time together. But most of the time we try to unplug and just be with each other. And then I try to be in bed by at least 10 o'clock so that I get enough sleep for the next day. So a few of my tips for you guys when you are creating your schedule and you are trying to manage your time a little bit better. Like I said before, stay unplugged at least 30 to 60 minutes when you wake up in the morning. And then I should have added this too, but you should really try to stay unplugged 30 to 60 minutes before you go to bed, because that's going to allow you to sleep better. Trust me, it's hard to do, but it'll make you feel so much better. There's no reason why you need to be scrolling on Facebook, seeing what everybody else is doing at that time when you could, you know, be saving that time and then also having a better night's sleep. Start your day with gratitude and goals. This was something that I did for pretty much all last year, and then it kind of fizzled at the end of the year, and I'm just picking it up again, because when I started my day with gratitude and the goals that I had for the year, and this can look different for you. You can journal this. You could, whatever you need to do, if you just need to read your goals. For me, I like to journal out 10 goals that I have, just depending on it'll vary from time to time, but I pretty much go throughout the whole year of what I want to accomplish. And this sets my intention for the day, and it reminds me that when I get off track and I feel like I don't want to do my work, that helps me to do my work. And then, of course, gratitude always helps everybody start their day right. End of the day, make sure you write down your I did list and brain dump whatever you need to do for the next day. And the other thing is once you write out that schedule that you have. What I like to do is I put reminders in my phone. So I create an event in the calendar in my phone, and it will say like power hour focus, you know. So when I'm doing my power hour, then that will pop up and I'll know that that's what I need to do. Or like when I pick up my kids, it says unplug, it's time to put your phone down. Or I'll put daily like reminders throughout the day that I'll say, is this worthy of your time? Because that's a new thing that's come into my life the past couple of weeks is, you know, we only have this time on, you know, in our life, and I'm not going to spend it wasting on something that's not worthy of my time. So I'll put that throughout the day randomly, and you can set these the night before. So if you are making your schedule every single night before you go to bed, so that you know what you're doing every single day, if you work like different hours and stuff, then you can make those events happen throughout the day. This doesn't have to be something that is, you know, this is my schedule, it's set in stone. No, you can create this schedule every night before you go to bed. And don't freak out when things don't go as planned. It's kind of ironic that I'm doing this call today because after I woke up and I didn't follow my schedule at all, I made this PowerPoint. Normally I don't do PowerPoints. And then I started to not feel so great. So I ended up laying down. And normally I would be freaked out about this because I haven't gotten my power hour in yet. And, you know, it would just stress me out. But I didn't. I just went with the flow. I let it go. You only can control the things that you can control. So if you're not feeling good or a kid gets sick, or, you know, be in that moment and live in that moment, because that's what we are here to do. And we are here to create a life like that. So coaching is always going to be there. I'm not saying, you know, that you should just go with the flow every single day. You should definitely work towards having a schedule like this. But if it doesn't go, it's not the end of the world. Just let it go. Make tomorrow a new day. It's just like our health and fitness journey. Okay, so some more tips are to set business hours for yourself and stick to them. No one will die if you do not answer or respond to them right away. This was a very hard lesson for me to learn, but the more that I do it, the more I feel better. Like when I shut off all my notifications, I never get a notification when somebody sends me a message. And so I'm not checking them all the time. And I don't feel like I need to respond to people right away. If we were, in a different business, you wouldn't be responding to people right away. And sometimes you need to like marinate and sit on things for a while before you do respond to people, even if it is a customer or a prospect or somebody that's interested in the business. You need to be focused when you're responding to those people. And as far as my coaches go, I have definitely backed away to responding to them right away. And I'm sure that they can raise their hand and they can say that I have backed away from doing that. But I'm sure that every person that'll say that will also say that it's helped them because they have learned to go look for the information on their own, because that's how I was when I first started. So I realized that I was doing a disservice to people when I was giving them the answer right away, and that they needed time to kind of figure it out on their own. But I definitely have my time where I will answer messages back and when I don't. I'm not perfect 24/7, but definitely set some business hours and stick to them. Create systems for everything that you do throughout your day, not just for your business. And I know this sounds silly, and it sounded silly to me at first because I'm definitely not a schedule person. I don't want my, I'm very would rather just kind of go with the flow. And not have my kids on this specific schedule, which I don't. I'm very laxed when it comes to that. But I do have systems for everything that I do. I do have systems for the way we run our mornings. I have systems on, like I posted the other day in the Freedom Union, on how I announce my challenge groups and what I do for that. You probably have systems that you just are not aware of. And so what you can start doing is thinking about these things throughout your day, what you're doing. And once you realize that you have a system, and maybe you even write it down or put it in your phone, then you will do that system more like that. And then you don't even have to think about it. The less, decisions you have to make throughout the day, the more brain power you're definitely going to have. Stop scrolling and stop stalking people. So if you are constantly on Facebook scrolling, or you are looking at people, whether that be top coaches or other coaches or people that, I don't know, that just don't matter, stop doing that. That is such a time suck. I will tell you one thing. I made a video a couple weeks ago about unfollowing all of the people in that are already coaches, that are already in the Freedom Union. And what I do is I have created lists on Facebook, and you can go back and watch that video. But it has saved me so much time, because when I get on Facebook and I go to start scrolling, I don't see all of that. I don't see all of your guys' wonderful stuff. So I'm not sucked into it, because that I definitely can get sucked in. So I will schedule out time, like in my power hour, when I can click on my Team Fearless list and scroll through those coaches, or my Dynamo list, or my Freedom Union list, or I even will do it with my prospects and the people that I'm wanting to become a coach. I don't unfollow those people. I only follow the people that are already coaches. So I'm not seeing all of their stuff, but I have time throughout the day to go through there and like and comment and be involved in that. But I'm not all day long sucked into that. And then last but not least, stop telling yourself that you're overwhelmed and stressed, because the more you tell yourself that, the more you're going to believe it and the less you're going to get done. Just do what you can with what you have. I think that's my last slide right here. Oh, no, maybe it's not. Own your day. Don't let your day own you. Do what you can with what you have and be proud of what you accomplish every day, and start each day with, like those intentions that Jamie talked about last night. Get the Miracle Morning book if that is something you want to do. I have had it for a year, and I started reading it last night, and I'm excited about that. 2 other tips that I didn't put in here that I want to say is keep things simple. It was funny because I cleaned out my desk the other day, and I had let me see if I have them. I do. All of these composition notebooks, all of these, and they're all half filled up, because I thought I needed something I don't know. One of them was for for our other business. The other one was for contacts when I was writing my contacts out. The other one was for branding ideas. The other one was for challenge group ideas. Like, it was insane. So what I do now is I do not use all of those. I have two things on my desk. I have a notepad where I put the date on the top, and I just use this notepad for anything that is like overcoming in my brain that I need to remember later, or that I have a great idea. I write it down on here. So then I can go back through the dates and look for it. And so everything goes on here, no matter what. They don't need to be categorized. I need things to be simple. And then the next thing is I've gone through like 18 different planners in the past year, I would say. But Rhonda suggested getting the planner pad, and I got this, and I really, really like it, and I'm going back to using it because it allows me to have just brain dump everything that I need, or if I think that I need to do something next week, I just write it in there and it's already there to do. Rhonda did a great little training on how to use the planner pad, so I can post that below this video. But those are just the two things that I use that help me out throughout the day. I have tried to do like to-do list and putting my schedule into my phone. It just doesn't work for me. It's the planner pad. I'll post the video that Rhonda posted on it. It's fairly inexpensive too. For this big planner, I think it was like $19 or something. And they even put your name on it, or you can put something else on there. And you get smaller ones too, but I like this big one. So that is pretty much the end of my time management call. I'm so glad that I hope it worked on the live feed, because I want to start doing that more too, because some people will definitely jump on there. I will post a recording to this call also, so that if you guys want to see the slides that I made, they're nothing fancy, but so you can see them. And thank you all for joining. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Do you have any questions right now? I have some time. I can answer some if you do. All right. Well, I'm going to let everybody go because I know it's the middle of the day. I'm going to do this call next week at the same time. If you guys have any questions, I don't have a plan of what I'm going to talk about, but we are definitely going to be transitioning to where next month these are going to be more focused on like getting to diamond and diamond calls. So let me know if you have any questions, and I would love to answer them next week. Have a great day. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.